Welcome back. You're watching the Prime Edition. Let's travel kilometers away to the city of Goma in the Democratic Republic of Congo. And the escalating conflict in that city, that is in the eastern of DRC, could adversely affect Kenya's economy if not quickly resolved. Speaking in a phone interview with the KBC TV News Desk, foreign policy analyst Gordon Kechola cautioned that the Kenya's resources could be further stretched by an upsurge in refugees flocking the country from DRC. This even as M23 rebels continued to batter DRC troops in Goma for the third day in a row.
More than 72 hours, Goma city in eastern DRC has witnessed fierce battles between M23 rebels and the DRC army and its allies. The clashes, which have left hundreds injured, did not come as a surprise, with analysts citing DRC's government's inability to solely contain the rebels.
Then we saw when the East African Standby Force went to DRC, they were asked by DRC to leave. Kenya went there. Kenya was asked to leave the forces. The preceding events clearly indicated that there is a rift, a gap that is being created between the government and the rebels, and either of the side was to take charge. It's unfortunate that the rebels took charge before the government did.
According to foreign policy analyst Gordon Kechola, the nation has every reason to worry about the escalating tension in the DRC, since Kenyans have invested heavily in the country, especially in trade and financial sectors.
It should worry any Kenyan that, well, our people who are in DRC are at risk. But that aside, when there's a conflict, we've had conflicts within East African community, and whenever there is a conflict, you will always see influx of refugees. Some of these refugees will not just go to the neighboring Uganda and Rwanda. Some of them will come over to Kenya.
Clashes in DRC between M23 rebels and the army and its allies have left hospitals overwhelmed by casualties and bodies on the streets. According to the UN, essential services have been unavailable since the offensive began, with electricity, water and internet cut. On Wednesday, M23 rebels tightened their grip on Goma city, with local media reporting that while fighting appears to have eased in most parts of Goma, sporadic gunfire continued in northern areas. This was as hundreds of Romanian mercenaries hired to fight for Congo entered Rwanda under the strict supervision of Rwanda security forces. With President William Ruto expected to convene crisis talks aimed at ending the rebels' assault, analysts say the onus is on the DRC government to set the tone for an amicable solution to the crisis. Joseph Wahungu for Prime Edition.